valid bet, and I think Jeremy just pointed out that that works. I encourage you to try to sell first. So you don't people used to sell on napkins. So really good salespeople, they just draw something on a napkin and they go and they can sell it. I encourage you to start with the filter of value first and just basically come up with a concept and call the people who might buy it and just sell them that. Because then you're going to filter out all the bad ideas for your product right away. And then once you have the confirmation that you can sell it, then building is easy. I mean, yeah, let's be honest, like building became super, super easy. So like that concept of like, when you're selling, either you're hiring someone, you're selling the value of the company, you're raising money, you're selling the value of the company, you're building a product, you're creating value for your users. So try to get that filter of value by checking if people are willing to pay right away, because that's gonna change a lot. So that's my first advice, and then just quickly, I don't wanna take too much time. Yeah, I think like try to use it as an experience of building a company. And from all the companies that I've seen that are really successful, like especially founders, but most people who are in these startups, they kind of change themselves as humans by interacting with others, by learning how to interact with others, how to work together, how to build really good teams, how to vibe together. So like, I know there's pressure on revenue, so definitely try to get to that. But also like try to learn something. Try to learn and try to change as a human. Because if you decide to build your own company, if you get this really cool VC intros, and if you go all in on this, then I think like that's one of the requirements that I learned, which is like companies where founders don't change personally, they don't get to success. Like companies that succeed, change, the founders, you can see the evolution of them as humans, of their values, of their demeanor, of like working on their mistakes, etc., etc. And I think like it's stressful, so prepare to have a very stressful weekend. But but I think of like, because I've been doing for like over 10 years, I've been building and always in a startup mode, mostly because I'm probably unhireable in corporation. On corporation, I want to kill myself after one day. It's just the politics of it, everything's like, it doesn't vibe me really well. So I've only been doing startups, and startups are always stressful. So how do you survive this as a marathon, right? And my advice is like not to think about the time you spend, think about your energy. So for example, if you find a really good team, if you're really spending time with these guys or girls and like enjoying it, then you're not spending that much energy. So like think about it not in terms of time budget, but in terms of energy budget. And that helped me a lot. So like my team, people I work with, I can spend a whole day with them and it doesn't feel like work. So try to get to that. And if you get to that state with some people, that's really, really valuable. Then that means you can run a long time with the team and like not spend too much of your life. And that's when people burn out. They don't burn out because like they spend 12 hours a day working. Like ideally your startup, and even now, it should feel like you're not working. You're just like, you have responsibilities, you're solving problems, and you're enjoying your time. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Next up, we have Siddhan, who is the co-founder and CTO of Answers AI. They have over 300,000 followers on TikTok and 2 million plus ARR.
Well, first of all, 350,000, but that's who really
So
counts.
sorry.
No worries. Hey folks, nice to meet you all. My name is Siddhant, and I'm from Answers AI. We do AI in education, and I would love to talk to you all about sales, because as a brown tech bro, I know sales. Yes. Yeah, I think what Olga said earlier about starting to sell is just super important. Like, I just want to highlight that, because I think it was Peter Thiel who said, if you guys read Zero to One, which you probably all have, you can build a company with great sales and a mere product, and that is differentiation. Selling well is a moat, but the reverse is not true. If you build a great product but you don't sell it, then there's no point. And I think increasingly what we're learning is that the cost of building whatever idea you have, it's getting close to zero. Like, the whole point of this hackathon, which, I think when Christina reached out to me and was like, hey, do you wanna talk to this? I think the whole point of this is you don't have a lot of time to build, and that is intentional. Because honestly, it doesn't even matter what you build. Like, if you looked at Levels IO, it's like, okay, fashion design, you could just take a picture and put it in GPT and it'll probably give you a better answer. But the thing is, the consumers don't know that. People don't know that if you give them a message that they can really believe in and resonate in. So that's the reason why I'd like to talk to you folks about distribution and how you can get started. At Answers AI, we rely on distribution as a massive, massive differentiating factor. That's, we don't really spend money on ads. We've historically been very, very bad at spending money on ads, and that's intentional because the kind of content that will get users to your platform, especially in the B2C business like ours, is the kind of content that gets eyeballs in, has hooks, and has people eager to try you out. It builds user intent, it builds motivation, and it gives people a really compelling reason why you should do something. And if you look at some of the best, companies come out in this era, right? You think about your cursors, you think about, Bolt, who I think is sponsoring this. It's just giving people the power to build something that they had in their head without knowing how to code, without, going to college and getting a degree. Like, I'm sorry to all my Stanford people out here, but I'm from Berkeley, so I have to say that. Stanford CS is a joke, and so is CS at most schools. That's, I guess, not that much of a hot take right now, because the cost of getting experience in building a software product, the building is sort of accounted for right now. Selling is everything. And I had a conversation right before the start, and someone asked me, hey, what's the best strategy to succeed in this hackathon? It's like, just start selling at it's 7 p.m. now, you should start selling by 9 p.m. today to make revenue. That's the only way you're ever gonna win here. Because just, it's similar to the stock market, right? Time the market beats timing the market. You can pick the best stocks at the best times, but the probability of you doing that is hella low. But if you just start early and let the distribution work, try out various experiments, that is something that can really compound over time. And this is probably going to be a great start because I am guilty of this. I index a lot of my time in figuring out, hey, this is how you build, this is how you make marginal improvements, this is how you make the AI 5% faster, this is how you do prompt caching, this is how you break down images, and we had a whole thing about base 64, but at the same time, you just don't really care about that. And if they care, they will let you know. I don't need to think about that. So what, we should all, as builders over here, is just really learn how to sell. I just want to underscore that point, because the way that, you will go out and influence the world and really leave your mark on it is by turning eyeballs. Humans are social creatures. There is no other way to just, be anonymous and succeed. And in fact, even some of the best companies, or some of the best founders not being best companies, clearly just raised 15 million from A16, I think. I'm not in the company shit, but don't tell them that. But just because Roy did what he did, and you cannot go on X without looking at those guys. That itself is conviction for why, a VC of the realm of A16Z invested in them. And I think a pattern that we're seeing over here is that increasingly, the sort of meta in Silicon Valley for the past 10, 20 years has been, hey, you build a product, get some traction, you go to VC, you raise some funding, you hire a few people, get an office, you raise another round, and then hope you don't die and eventually IPO. And to a little extent, I see that being flipped on its head right now. We're seeing a lot of, companies that are just 1, 2, 3 people, and they don't even need to raise venture. You could make a living just out of, building a 20K MRR company. You can make a great living because 20K MRR is more than the average salary for a software engineer in the Bay Area. If you're all going down that route, I'd highly encourage you to see, hey, this is how the space is evolving. This is how I can get skills that working at big tech would never teach me. and I can actually make a living out of this, and I don't even need to raise venture. So I guess my prediction, which we're already seeing so far, is we'll see a lot of companies just out there in the wild with, 2 people working on it, making like $1 million, and they don't ever want to raise venture. And I'd say that that's, a highly likely approach, that, if you guys are taking this project further, if you want to see this true, if you're considering, hey, maybe raise funding. I mean, I've raised funding and investors aren't right, but don't tell myself that again. So I'd say that, you maintain a lot of ownership, you maintain a lot of direction, and I'd highly encourage you to explore that route too. So I guess the main takeaway is learn how to sell quick, and help people buy. Thanks for seeing it.
Congrats. Any questions for the speaker?
Oh, shit, didn't realize that.
How did you distribute answers?
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so Answers AI, I have to thank my wonderful CMO Bree for this. She's based in LA, and she has the social media game down to a T. So I'll tell you a little stat. We've had over 1 billion views across our lifetime. We've been in this business for about 2 years now. And out of those, we've gotten about 700 million this year alone. And that is because, hey, cracking the Instagram and Twitter game for us has been an area which we've devoted an insane amount of focus, especially my co-founder. And she has really spent a lot of time and energy to try out different formats of reels, shorts, because unfortunately our target demographic is 16 to 24-year-olds, that's where they live, like it or not. And we've just optimized our entire workflow, knowing that our user persona is going to be someone with a short attention span, who is sitting in bed and scrolling on TikTok, or probably taking a dump and procrastinating on their assignments. That's just who they are. So every part of our workflow is optimized for, hey, we want this to take the least amount of time possible. We want them to get a quick value add, get instant gratification, and that's been the trick for us. So that's been some of the things that we've done.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Can you more precisely talk about your first 10 customers?
Sure. So we started around summer 2023, and the first thing we were selling, that back then was terrible. It was, I wish I had videos to show you, but it was like, it didn't work half the time, it was slow, and the main thing that we did back then was, hey, we just released a video out, and we released a bunch of videos, right, to be fair. We did like 10, 12, one of them really took off, it got like 20 million views, and then the comments were like, shit, this ad does not work. So then we're like, shit, we actually got people buying this, so now we gotta get on our ass and fix it. So that's what we did, but it was a very sales-led approach first, and it gave us the conviction that, hey, this is an idea that people want. Because back then, GPT could not upload images.
Yeah.
So obviously they've fixed that now, but that was a huge pain point for people that we identified back then. And ever since that, we've taken that traction and we've just replicated that formula to, just really hone social media, specifically short form as our primary marketing channel.
Okay. Do you know how you went viral that first time, or was it like a fluke?
It's a good question. I mean, there are a couple of things that help you in that regard. You should talk to my co-founder Bree. I have to make introductions here. But typically, you use a formula like, hey, you need to have a catchy hook. You need to have, some trending audio. You need to have, preferably someone hot doing it. You need to have, something controversial is really good. So I think the first one we ever did is like, oh yeah, college is a joke. Look at my teacher, he's just zoning out and letting everyone use the AI. And then half the people in the comments were like, yo, which code is this? I'll file a complaint or some shit. That's sort of the recipe, but there's, we could go on about this forever. There's stuff about like, hey, how long do you have to wait before warming up accounts? Who do you follow in the first 3 days before you start posting? you should never do scheduled posts because the algorithm recognizes that it's scheduled. So till today, all our posts are manually done because we try not to like let the algo know that we're bots.
That's crazy.
Instead, although we are.
It's an irony.
Yeah, so it's, you really can get into layers here, but overall, these social media companies have engineered for pushing organic growth. So that's what we try to replicate, and even the brand deals we've done, we haven't done it with creators who've had like 100K or 1 million followers. We've done it with creators with like 5K followers usually, because that's the kind of content that the likes a bit of.
I don't need to ask all the questions.
Yeah, yeah. No, we have to cut it for now, but let's hear a round of applause. Thank you.
No, seriously, don't do that.
Great. Okay, it's time to turn the mic over to you. So this spreadsheet is the Build Company Hackathon spreadsheet, which we'll be using for this event. My expectation is for everyone in this room to take the next 3 minutes, that is from 7:08 to 7:11, and put your in prospective company, it's not a commitment to the project, but just to describe it to the rest of the hackathon, put your prospective company alongside your name. So if everyone can have, we can have silence for 3 minutes, open your phone, open your laptop. I have just sent out an email with this link to all of you. I'll also send out a powerful text blast right now so that everyone has instant access to it. But do be silent until 7:11 and make sure that you all get your company attention into the sheet. And after it, we'll have space for lightning talks, but please do not talk. I can hear some of you starting to talk. Please do not talk until it's over. Thank you. I'm serious about that. Please don't talk. Two more minutes to add your product. One more minute. Raise your hand. Does anyone have trouble accessing it? Or is everyone good to go? Okay, one more minute to get your product. Okay, time. So we're going to move on to the lightning talks. This is an opportunity for you to start selling. So our speakers actually were really accurate. You should start selling as soon as possible. And an essential part of company building is creating your team. So this is the opportunity for you to pitch your company idea and potentially create your team. Everyone will have 60 seconds to pitch your company idea. And I'll open with an example. So my intention at this hackathon is to build and ship and sell a personal search system. By personal, I mean it's like your memory. In the same way that you remember the events of your life, this will allow you to upload everything that you've written. All of your drive will be synced, all of your notes will be uploaded. And in real time, it will give you your memories. So as you read or as you write online, it will do a semantic search for everything you have ever personally written that's related to what you are currently writing or reading. And it'll show it to you in real time in an elegant and sophisticated way so that you can jump through the totality of your worldview. And so it's the ultimate AI note app, note surfacing app, which I hope can eventually overcome simpler tools that make it hard for you to access everything that you know. So if you're interested, do come up. Thank you. Up next, so 60 seconds.
Yeah, sweet. Hey, I am Tal Globus, number 9 on the spreadsheet, and I was employee number 1 at WordWare. We went through YC in summer of last year, raised about $30 million as our seed round, picked up a few 100,000 users, and now have tens of thousands of agents that users and companies have built on top of us deployed in production. Now, given that we are serving these tens of thousands of agents, one of the biggest problems that AI startups run into is that their agents have no idea what their users are doing. Now, this information is actually pretty easy to get, right? You can pull this off of Full Story, you can pull this off of PostHog. Whatever analytics tools this company is using are going to have a pretty good summary of what the user is doing, but this is not currently available to the agent, and by the end of this weekend, I and anyone who joins me will have fixed this. Thank you.
Does anyone else want the power of the microphone?
Hello, my name is Clovis, working with a few of the people, Connie, who is probably downstairs, and one other. And we're working on, essentially, in the struggle of finding an idea to launch a product, we want to build an app that will find ideas for you. So essentially launch a deep research run, collect some ideas from the internet, maybe something that's trending, maybe something that's more recent, and then actually build at least a quick version of the app, deploy it, and see what customers think and see what people think. This can be used by both people who want to launch and build an app but aren't sure whether or not to invest time, or perhaps a startup that has extra products or different product directions they want to launch, but don't necessarily want it to be under their company name, or don't necessarily want to invest the time to see whether it's valuable or not. And so to provide that feedback and to have those like quick click metrics on the application. Thank you.
Any other pitches?
Hey, I'm Shardal, founder of ConvoSearch, 150K ARR, but today I'm building M-Remover. So I do like B2B sales, and I'm just tired of removing M-dashes. So it's going to be like a quick copy, and then you switch M- with commas or whatever to a tiny model and sell it for a couple bucks. Yeah.
Nice. For context, this is how you obfuscate that you've used ChatGPT in order to create your own. I'm sorry. No, feel free to be on it.
Oh, next or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Kunal Shah. I'm second on the spreadsheet. Vibe coding has made creating apps, creating software, creating complexity way easier. People are shipping way more apps. You're able to create things with Lovable and Bolt in just a day, just an hour, sometimes just a few minutes. The hard part is now maintaining software. Some of the most annoying parts of my engineering workflow, anyone's engineering workflow, is when your app has a production error and it goes down. You have to dig through all of your logs, you have to dig through your infrastructure, you have to figure out what went wrong. This weekend, I'm building a site reliability agent. Essentially take your LLM and plug it into your logs, plug it into your infrastructure and your databases, and whenever there's an error, like you currently get emailed like crazy on Sentry, instead the LLM triages it, figures out what went wrong, it plugs into your code base and it figures out the root cause, and you get a message on Slack. This error for this user, and here's the root cause and here's the fix, and a full PR with the solution. If you're interested, I'm right over here in this corner. Come talk to me about it. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Gavin, and I'm building Z-Sleep. So really in life, the best ROI you can give yourself is in sleep. And so we have a product that's at your bedside that uses blue light and red light to help you go to bed and wake up. And so we'll be over there. We have a few products that we 3D printed ourselves, and we're gonna hack some of the software. Yeah, it's over there in the corner. You kind of see it, it's lit up, but yeah, come talk to us if you guys are interested. We're really looking for biohackers or anyone who's into the supplements and stuff, and or just kind of has terrible sleep and needs a solution that's pretty cool. So thanks.
Does that mean you're not going to be working at night?
True. Blue light all day, all night.
forgot.
Yeah, Dan, you're
Hi everyone, Ethan, number 10 on the spreadsheet. I'm current MIT grad for doing product design with OpenAI and Apple. We're building accountability. It's a texting LM that texts you to make you focus on habits. So basically, we all have friends who are like, I'll pay you $5 if I don't clean my room by an hour. We're building that as a text agent that texts you, and basically you have to upload a picture of your clean room in an hour, and the text engine will prompt you, okay, but you didn't take that picture on the corner, just to make sure you're not like grabbing any pictures on the website. So if you're interested in, we have apparently we sold to 2 customers already.
Yeah, three.
Yeah.
Please make it great. Please succeed. Anyway, Dan.
Hey guys, my name is Dan, I'm number 3 on the list. I want to change how we communicate with LLMs. Right now it's chat-based, maybe you get 1 answer, 2 answers, 3 answers, 10 answers, but really there is 4,000 RPM. You can ask for 4,000, solutions per minute, and you can actually improve it, right? So you don't have to get just 1 answer. You can get manifold of solutions, and it can be continued experience. You can continue give your feedback, and it will improve the solutions. Now, where to apply it? We can apply it to anything, including the sales or marketing, like how to make your viral video, considering the input backs validation from A/B testing, Facebook ads, TikToks, and so forth. New interface for LLMs. Yeah, no,
Hi everyone, my name is Wheezy. I might sneeze in the middle of this because I have allergies, but I'm building an AI property manager specifically tailored for landlords and property managers who are, real estate investors and want to save on the costs of having to pay for property management fees. In America, there are 10 million registered people who've paid their taxes to the IRS who have, mentioned source of revenue being from rental properties. It is a huge market, and if you can tap into simplifying the process of leasing, accounting, and maintenance of all these properties, it can be a huge potential. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to collaborate. Let me know if you're interested in the product. And there are many AI features such as an agent that can do query functions on an entire database, a picture to work order, AI that can basically be a tenant portal to streamline communication with tenants, and much more. Thank you.
Second idea, DMF. So basically avatar generator. So you hook your socials and enter a Y, maybe NSFW, and it will generate a new profile picture for you for social medias for a couple of dollars again.
Oh yeah.
Just find the picture idea you want to pay for.
Hey everyone, I'm Divya, and if you are a student or a founder, you have 100 things that you want to do, and in your email or in your text or whatever, and you might miss things and you're rushing at the last moment. What if there was a voice agent that knows all of your email and your calendar or in text and helps you plan proactively and calls you every morning in whatever you choose the time, and it calls you morning and proactively helps you plan your day and reminds you of the stuff so you don't miss the deadlines of your text filing, your travel, or an important meeting, whatever. Yeah, that's my idea.
Hi, my name is Teresa. I think I'm number 12 on the list. So I have 2 ideas. The one I came with that I had never fully deployed, I technically had published this weekend after Lovable had a free and limited weekend, but no customers, no users. This is a journaling app, which is essentially for lazy girlies or anyone who has always wanted to journal but doesn't have the time for it. So that's the first idea, but my main business is actually that I'm building a job site, and if anyone wants to help me with building the backend, then it's actually eligible for us to submit it for this hackathon. So if anyone wants to help me with building AI career schools, then come join me. Thank you.
Other guys, we have 3 ideas for the hackathon. The first one.
So everyone's always interested in dating and romantic stuff. So the idea would be an agentic tool to basically help you use dating apps and not waste as much time and just go on dates. Actually, which is the point of the dating apps, not to spend time on your apps.
Yeah, second one is we're gonna attack all of your apps and ask for money in exchange. So every app that you code on Lovable, maybe not both, but everything in Lovable will be attacked and we'll ask for money. So to help you guys, of course, in the future. Of course. So that's the second one.
Yeah, so my boys got better ideas. So this is for the immigrants out here. So if you're on F1, if you're on H1B, anyone, if you know that they are going to send you back, you need to join us. Because we are going to make sure that they don't. We are going to make an ICE locator. They'll tell you when they're at your doorsteps, whatever. It's not the idea, but you know what we're trying to say. So yeah, if you want to stay in the US, yeah, join us. That's the idea.
Anyone else? I wonder how many people will pay. Oh yeah, $20 will make sure.
Hi, so my name is Samarth. I'm working with Anelia. I don't know where I am on the sheet, so you're gonna have to figure that out for me. But pretty much, we've been jumping through ideas. Some involved risque businesses, but as of now, our current idea is basically creating an API, basically tracking different GPU prices and actually rent them out. And yeah, it's going to be at a loss at first, but at some point we do want to generate like 1 cent revenue, where we're selling for like $1 per hour. Right now, there's a lot of PhD students working over the weekend that are willing to pay like super cheap, like insanely cheap for insanely cheap GPUs, and train their models to actually finish up their research proposals or research projects that they're going to be using to actually apply for grants. So that's our idea. If you guys are interested, we're sitting right over here, and yeah.
Any other bold pitches?
Hello, my name is David, number 22. Don't have a name for the project, but inspired from what I saw here today, we're going to make professional grade commercials for any business. So give us your prompts and we'll give you like a short form commercial you can use, probably $20 a month, or $20 a video, and then come up with other packages. So thanks.
So
everybody has a commercial. Who needs a commercial? $20.
Can I get a free child?
So many clients in one place. Any others?
Hey guys, I'm Adam. I have 2 e-commerce brands, and I know as an e-commerce guy that I have a lot of difficulties to like create UGC content. Actually, I have a lot of people that I pay on a daily basis to do content for me, and it's like a headache to manage them on a daily basis. So I just thought about creating an AI avatar that creates UGC content. And like that, I would be able to spin up a lot of creatives and to test them a lot, to find the winner creative that would be making a lot of money. So I think a lot of other e-commerce people would be interested in the world, so that's the idea. I'm there, if you want to find me, join me there.
Any other bull founders? Great, here you go.
Put my email on the list if they want one.
Hi everyone, my name is Nisi. So I have a bunch of ideas, but one of them I really, for me I struggle with it, is my cover on LinkedIn. On my profile LinkedIn, I always try to change the cover. I don't know what to put there. A lot of people told me like, you need to put an offer. So basically my idea, like, you just copy your LinkedIn profile, you put it on the landing page and we're gonna generate for you a special cover for your LinkedIn page with your offer. And you will get it for a couple of dollars. Thank you.
You already, okay.
Yeah, just like one sentence.
You do it from there.
So like I said, for my pre-built like startup, I ran a job site. Before that, I ran a newsletter. I have like a few thousand subscribers to that newsletter, so monetizing that would probably be something I can do this weekend. So if you want to join me to build this AI career tools with that.
I'll pay you $50 for an email blast.
Yes. There you go. Actually, yeah, maybe.
You should stop it.
Sponsor.
I feel bad for your emails. Okay. Okay. Any other pitches? Go once, go twice, go 3 times. Okay, that's it. Brief final logistics. You are encouraged to spend the nights if you are interested. There are a few soft surfaces. Feel free to crash. Obviously, if you prefer to sleep in the warmth of your own bed, you are welcome. This space is actually a 4-story mansion, and so my request is you don't go to the top floor. Those are private bedrooms, but that you do explore the floors below. Both the second floor and the first floor are fully open for hacking, for creating, for sleeping and crashing, for whatever you need. We are about to set off on a journey. It's going to be a weekend-long journey. It's probably the longest hackathon I've thrown, and actually this is possibly my 60th or 70th in the last few years. So why so long? Well, the intent is that you can both build and market, and so hopefully you take full advantage of every minute to create the hackathon company of your dreams. I love the vibe and the energy you guys are clearly going to bring. Let's see who doesn't just bring the energy, but brings the money. I'm looking forward to seeing some revenue numbers. We might have an intermediate revenue winner as well. We'll see how much money people can make and how quickly they can make it. But I'm looking forward to the dynamics of what is hopefully a complex and new kind of event. It's clear that if this works, this kind of thing could be a revolution. So good luck. Form your teams, come up with some brilliant ideas, sell your customers. Let the hackathon begin.
Yeah.